I want people to feel like they're walking into, this kitchen is our home, welcome, enjoy our food, build relationships with the customers. Because if you build that with people, they are going to continuously come to you, then rather go to a place to where it's like just the normal, hey, how you doing? Here's our menu, and then you order, you're done.
Hi, I'm Josh Owen. As the owner of a video marketing company in New Orleans, I've been on the quest to learn everything I can about marketing. Everyone has a different style, different strategy, and a different experience. Is there a wrong way to do it? A right way to do it? Let's find out together as we make marketing make sense. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Make Marketing Make Sense. I'm your host, Josh, with Comfystone, and today I'm joined with Peter from Banh Mi Boys. What's up, Peter? How you doing, man? How you doing? Well, today we're here to talk about the importance of carving a niche in the food industry. I think your restaurant has done a little bit of that.
A little niche.
A little niche. A little niche.
Yeah.
Well, tell me all about it. What makes your restaurant so innovative, so unique here in New Orleans?
So my restaurant is pretty much, I just look at it as a second generation Vietnamese American restaurant that fuses, for me personally, everything I've experienced or flavors I enjoyed or food, anything. So my restaurant starts off foundation sandwiches, but sometimes I like to veer off and do specials and just what I like.
No, well, I'll tell you, what you like is what I like. Because I'll tell you, man, I was so excited to have you on the show because, man, your menu items. I mean, we think about Vietnamese food. A lot of people are like the classics, the pho, the banh mi, and, you put the traditional things on it. But when I went to your place, there wasn't the traditional things on it. There's a little something unique, a little something extra on there. And so, for me, it was just seeing that, spice come to life, I think, made me want to keep coming back for more. I mean, did you ever at all think about, that was going to be a good marketing tactic to like set you apart from the other Vietnamese restaurants? Because there's so many Vietnamese restaurants in the city.
Of course, that was a factor. When I came into this, I wanted to not just open up a Vietnamese restaurant. At the time, everybody knew what pho was, and then banh mi was kind of secondary.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go at the full throttle, so I wanted to introduce what banh mi was, and also kind of like remix things to get people excited about the cuisine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that when you first started, what was that like when you first started? Did it catch fire right off the bat, or was it a slow grind? What was it like, with your banh mi concept?
It was definitely a little grind. It was, starting off business is always kind of crazy and hectic, but I had to wait it out, and people started to word of mouth. We're right by in the neighborhood in Metairie, and people started trying it. At the time, I had two specials that was not, that nobody else had, which was, oyster Rockefeller fries and steak and bonnet, which is steak and egg, and we had that on the sandwich and fries as well. And that's what really kind of like lit a little fire under the marketing and showcased our restaurant, and just built from there.
Wow, yeah, because it's like when people were able to try it, they really felt like this was something unique. Did you feel like there was a brand identity that you created from that? Or like, what is the brand identity, I guess? And like, how did you build the brand identity to really get people to, gravitate towards your concept?
So that was just a little bit of taste. Like I came into this with like minimal experience. So I just kind of like trial and error the first year.
Yeah.
Like two specials, and then when I seen customers got excited about that, I ran specials like every 3 months. And then that's how I really accumulated all the items on my menu. All my items, that's all fusion stuff, is all specials that I ran.
Yeah.
And then the ones that really hit, I stuck it to my menu, which I had to stop hoarding items on my menu at one point.
It just became like 30 items. You were a Chinese restaurant at some point.
Exactly. So
wild.
then I just started stopping there with all the top hits, and then just rotating specials.
Wow. Yeah, you just came at it strong, and then so too about that is you have these specials, you're building this thing up, but I think having such unique menu items, is that like why keep going in that direction? How did you know that was the right direction?
Really organically, it's just me. I just enjoy creating new things. That's what excites me. That's what gets my blood flowing. So, I like to go in the kitchen and just try to create something, because I came into this business as a foodie first. Like, I was the consumer. I was the customer. So I knew things that needed to be done for like the food scene, and showcase that and it really brought joy to where I can create something fun and exciting. Customers enjoy it. They take that bite and they just like dancing and everything. So I just enjoyed the
Yeah.
whole that part of the business. That's what I enjoyed
That's
the
the best
most.
part, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we should have brought some banh mi's with us
I
today. We
know.
should have been munching down,
Yeah,
you know. I mean, like,
would have breadcrumbs everywhere.
yeah, dude, that's all. That's an occupational hazard, you know, right there. So, but yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, when it comes down to that too, though, a lot of people. Do you think you need a niche in like especially like if a lot of people in New Orleans would say like Vietnamese food's oversaturated. There's so many Vietnamese restaurants everywhere. Like, do you think, to start a restaurant, the best way to success now that you've had time to experience it and everything, and you're opening up more restaurants, which you're franchising, which congratulations on that, man. But, do you think that building a niche is important to, really getting yourself out there and being able to build what is a food empire?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a factor. Like I learned that to really succeed or have a little bit of piece of the market, you need to have something that somebody else doesn't have. So that's what I base my menu off of. Like you see my menus, like you don't see really too many people have what I have on my menu, and you need that to kind of differentiate yourself from other businesses.
That's awesome. I'm going to cough real quick. All right. All right. Well, yeah. So, I mean, especially when it comes to that, like, what would you say? Like, obviously, that's a big factor. But is there another factor that you would say it also adds on to the success that you've had so far? To allow you to start getting into franchising and things like that. What is the other main factor that really drove your success?
So one of the things I've learned is I feel like this is the formula. You need to have great customer service and amazing food. If you have those two, it doesn't matter where you're at or what your place looks like. Maybe it has to be clean at least, but
Some people love those holes in the
I
wall.
I know. But like, those are the two. That for me, that's the formula. If you can knock that out,
Yeah.
you're gonna have longevity
Right.
in your business. And then for the franchising, for me, it was all about branding and image. So I wanted to have a legitimate logo. I wanted to have art displays on my wall, and I wanted to create an experience to where people. That's why I really had the idea for franchising, because I had people come in and was like, "Is this a franchise?"
Wow.
I was like, "No, it's not," because
Wow.
it looked like my business portrayed as if it were.
Wow.
So that's when it sparked me, like, let me try to make this into a
Yeah.
franchise.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, when you say, like, putting art on the walls, like, everybody tries to put art on the walls, but, like, what was it about, like, your brand, your logo that spoke to that, like, what was it that really, do you attribute, like, to the style, I guess, to the brand that you built that really attributes to saying to people, like, is this a franchise?
Well, it's funny that people ask, because it's attached to a gas station, and then when you actually go to certain gas stations and you look at my place, it's not
Well,
nowhere
and
near
what
what
these
it
are
looks
not
like.
the
So it's
same.
like, this looks kind of like out of the box. So
Yeah.
why is this here? And
Yeah.
that kind of concept also built interest into my business.
Wow, that's wild. It's like, I guess that's that juxtaposition too, but like also I think, one of the things that I noticed is it's not just like a piece of art on the wall. Your whole wall is the art,
Yeah.
It's like you went big, and I think that's with every menu item is like, would that be the way you would describe it, is like going big,
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about doing everything big. Like you got big portions, big flavors. You gotta just do it big.
Yeah, usually you order a sandwich and fries, but man, if you order a sandwich and fries at your restaurant, you're gonna be extra full.
You're eating for two.
You're eating for two right there. That's right.
Yep.
But it's well worth it. It's like that's the two I'm happy about. But I mean, going back to it too, is you're talking also about community engagement. As far as like building that level of trust. Through your, like you mentioned, customer service and stuff like that. Like, what was your your strategy? A lot of people probably don't think about that when they're opening a restaurant, but I know that's really important, and it was very important to you. Like, what was your strategy for building community engagement?
My strategy was simple. I always tell my staff, we're open kitchen. I always tell my staff, just be yourselves, have fun, and then when people are coming in, act as if they're coming into your home. I want people to feel like they're walking into, this kitchen is our home. Welcome. Enjoy our food, have conversations. Like I always tell my front of house, build relations with the customers, because there's the one that's going to support us. So, know them on a first name basis, as many as you can that actually, want to
Yeah.
have that kind of
Right.
relationship. And that's very important. Like if you build that with people, that they are going to continuously come to you, then rather go to a place to where it's like just the normal, hey, how you doing? Here's a menu, and then you order, you're done. No, we
Yeah. I mean, because like when you say that, the first thing because like I've been going to your restaurant for like since 2017 or in that area, so it's been a minute, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so um, one of the first things that I noticed when I was there was you have like the at the counter order, you know, and then they you know you pay up front, so everything comes to you. It's kind of like the transaction's done, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
don't expect anything else. And but then you're sitting there and you're eating, and you know, like you're saying, you have that gas station vibe. But you're sitting there, you're eating, and then somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, well, can I get you a refill?" I'm like, "A refill? Like, what? Like, I thought I was supposed to go get that." Or like, "Hey, can I take your food from you?" I'm like, "Wait, I thought I was supposed to do that." So it was like, did you tell them that that's something they should do, or like, was that just like the like how much of it goes? How much of all these little micro, you know, transactional moments did you tell them to do versus like just giving them this philosophy and they ran with it?
Well, I give all that credit to my fiance, which runs the front of house.
Oh,
She's
front house.
she's worked the service industry most part of her career,
Wow.
and yeah, that's all on her. Like she really loves her job, and
Mm,
she loves interacting with people and making people smile and giving them the
mm,
best service you can. And that's another thing too about being successful. Like you said, you go to the gas stations, next to the gas station, you exceed their expectations. You're
mm.
not thinking this. We're kind of
Yeah.
like a hybrid of fast casual but full service.
Yeah.
We're counter but full service, in sense that yeah, you're gonna get refills. We can box the food for you,
Mm.
bringing out the food to you, and everything. You getting the whole spiel.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, 100% blew me away. Do you feel like that, like as you franchise, that's going to be harder to kind of build up? Like, is it going to be hard to keep that level of service? Is it going to be hard to how are you going to translate your fiance's like that style, you know, into everything else that goes out there?
I mean, that is a tough thing. I always tell these franchisees, uh, I like to go be there for a hiring process initially before opening,
Mm,
and I like to let them know like, you need to hire social people, people that
mm,
that are like do this naturally,
mm,
organically,
mm,
because it's tough. I've hired people that's really first job, haven't
mm,
interacted with people, and they're kind of like, they're not doing the right, service
how
industry
you
job.
want
It's
it?
not for
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
I always try their best to get those kind of people in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because I definitely feel like that's an interesting perspective on it. Is like building that up. I mean, especially obviously you're slowly getting in that, so I don't want to like harp on it too much. But like going back to what your success was, and where you are today. Like, what would you say? As far as like your presence on social media through other forms of media, like did media help at all? Like like through this success?
Media was a huge catalyst for my business. Like I've been featured on airline magazines,
Airlines.
yeah, YouTube channels with global influence,
Wow.
and like those really. What first one was this one YouTube video for First We Feast, and then after that, it just
Wow.
snowballed.
And it's like my thing is like, but like a lot of restaurants here would kill for a first we feast um, kind of presentation and follow up and all that stuff. But how do you get that? Like, how did you get that?
How did I get that? Was this one guy that he originally, I think he wrote an article for like Times Picayune, and then First We Feast was doing a New Orleans feature on the Vietnamese food scene, and he kind of like attached me to that.
Mm,
So it was a all connection from the initial publication of
right.
media.
Right. And I think, but like also, because like so many people are now trying to discover Vietnamese food in New Orleans, but like, again, going back to it, your brand is like so unique that, of course, everybody wants to attach their brand, their story to your brand because you like, what other restaurant in New Orleans is doing what you're doing?
I forgot, what was that a question?
That wasn't a question. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying.
It felt like
That's
a
it.
question.
I got. No, I'm just saying. Like that's. I mean, that's what I observed from that, right? Like, I mean, you built that brand
Yeah.
and you went from it. Went out for it there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thankfully, like I'm very passionate about food. I graduated with a marketing degree,
Mm,
so those two combined really helped
yeah.
me, build to what I did. And I always grew up analyzing stuff. I wanted to go into
Mm,
advertisement, so I always grew up analyzing commercials, asking myself, how can I push that product?
yeah.
I don't know why, but it was always in me to kind of do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
combining that with trying to be creative and create new dishes and really showcasing things to people get excited about, get them talking. So that
Yeah.
was always the goal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my last, bit on that is other, restaurateurs or people that want to start their own restaurant concepts. You know, let's say someone's out there trying to start a Korean restaurant, what would be your, advice to them as they're starting their own thing, building their own, concept?
I would say try to be well rounded in the whole experience. Also, have somewhat of something that can, separate yourselves from the competition. That is key. Because if you're just like the next person, the rate is just not high. So you got to be different. You got to be something for people to talk about. Because right now it's all about content. And if you push something out like something that's never been done before, one person gonna try it. They're gonna post it. It might snowball to a whole article being written about you. That look at this unique one dish that's never been seen before.
Yeah.
Something for people to talk about.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I think I can't hit the nail more on the head. You nailed it there. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna ask you some special questions because these are some things that I'm really curious about. To get get some of your takes on it. So we're gonna talk about tradition. We're gonna talk about Vietnamese tradition. We're gonna talk about Vietnamese food traditions. So I mean, these are some some easier. We could have dove in even deeper, but
you test me on history right now?
No. You're good on that. We're talking food here.
Okay, I got you.
No, so I want to get some hot takes here. So what would you say of all of the Vietnamese food dishes that we all have come to love? What is the most overrated dish?
Man, there's so many.
There's so many. Oh, no.
Wait, you mean overrated? My
overrated.
Bad. I thought you meant underrated.
Well, yeah. Think on that.
Damn, you trying to get me hated right now.
Nah, man. Nah. It's all love.
That's tough, man. Cause I really enjoy food. I enjoy everything. Like I'm very open minded about trying anything and everything. That's hard. That's so hard.
You got to pick one. What's the overrated?
Let's see. Let's think of something that I don't usually order. Okay, so maybe one for me is seafood pho.
Seafood pho. Seafood pho. What's in a seafood pho?
It's just a
And why do you say that?
Overrated?
It's like, do people eat seafood pho?
No.
Was it like overrated?
Oh. Well, then I'm sorry, I can't answer your question because nothing's overrated.
Well,
Everything's delicious.
Pho is overrated? All right. Well, do you think pho is overrated? Because I feel like everybody's always trying to go for pho.
Pho is one of those things I could eat almost every day.
You could eat pho every day.
Yes.
Wow.
And Spam, eggs, and rice and soy sauce. I could eat those every day.
Spam, eggs, and rice. Is that eggs and rice and soy sauce? What about like Spam? You don't eat put a little bit of seaweed paper in there?
Yeah, furikake.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay.
But that's not always on hand,
Okay, wow. Well, now we know. We know it's in your kitchen now. No, or what's not. Okay, well then, you got to pick now the most underrated dish. We didn't really get an overrated dish. It's like a overrated dish half, But what's the underrated dish?
Underrated. Right now, I think people need to go out there and experience some hiu tiêu. It's
Some
like
what?
a hiu tiêu. It's called hiu tiêu. Yeah, hiu tiêu. It is a seafood kind of soup.
Okay.
I think usually it gets, but they have really right now it's a hot one. Well, it's a very big fan of this place in Houston called Funky.
Funky?
And they have a dry version right now. Like they have usually the broth version. Now they're having a dry version where they give you everything dry in a bowl, and they have a little bit of broth you can add to it, but also a reduced sauce, and you put that in.
And this is what Hiu is?
Hiu tiêu.
Hiu is?
Yeah, that's the dry version. That's like a new.
This is new.
That's a new version.
Oh wow,
but
you're already jumping ahead of me.
Yeah, but the traditional one is a broth.
Oh, so it's like a seafood.
Yeah.
Well, you got me all confused here. You don't want a seafood pho, but you want a seafood.
Nah, it's different. We have different broths.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pho's a different broth.
Dude.
I don't know.
Dude, you got me all.
There's levels, man.
Yeah, there's so many levels.
There's
here.
levels.
Dude.
Also, bun reel too.
Some what?
Bun reel. It's like a crab shrimp soup. It's like a crab. I made it the other couple weeks ago. It's like a crab meatball with shrimp in it, with tomatoes, and it's delicious.
What makes all these soups different?
It's just all the fixings is different. It's like prepared different. Like there's people don't know. There's so many different soups, but it's all like some of them like kind of like shrimp based broth or pork based broth. But the fixings all vary.
Yeah,
we love our soups.
Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, that's always to me. I find like I can't taste the nuance in the soup as much sometimes. Like some people are just like, this pho is the best pho, and I'm like, is it the best pho? I don't know. This tastes. It's like coffee. I'll drink coffee. Like I'll eat a pho. You know, I love a good pho, but it's like I don't know if like this pho is better than that pho. Like how do you know
You
one
can't
pho is
tell
better
the
than
difference
the
between
other?
different fuzz.
Well, well, I mean, like I can taste. Like I don't know what makes a pho the best pho. Like what makes it the best pho?
I don't know. For me, it's like the flavor punch. It needs to be salty with a little bit of sweet and super aromatic for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
because those flavors are hard to build in the pho. A lot of people kind of do shortcuts. There's a lot of bad pho out there.
Well, that's why I say that. Is maybe because there's a lot of bad pho out there. Not calling any names, but I'm just saying.
Say it.
You know.
Say it.
You know.
I'll call him right now.
Well, listen, all right. That's about time for us to wrap up. Hey, man. Peter, thanks so much for joining me, man.
No problem. Appreciate
thanks
it.
again. Where can we find you on social media?
Official page for Banh Mi Boys is banh.mi.boys. Public PSA. Bun is spelled B-A-N-H, not B-A-H-N.
No one... What?
No,
Look at it.
y'all did. But
Okay.
I just want to put it out there.
Yeah, put it out there. It's B-A-N-H.
BANH.MI.BOYS. Personal page, PDENT.
Wow, man. Spelling. Impeccable spelling.
I know.
You
I
got
actually lost a spelling bee one time, so not that great.
Asian community. That's bad. That's bad rap, man. This is bad rap. All right. Well, this has been this has been Make Marketing Make Sense. Thank you, Peter, for joining me, and we'll see you all on the next one. This has been Make Marketing Make Sense, brought to you by Comfystone. If you need video content for social media, your website, or email marketing, hit up Comfystone at comfystone.com and follow Comfystone on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.